What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ascension trading series. This is phase 1, lesson 1, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use TradingView. Before we talk strategy, entries, or making money, you need to know how to read and navigate the charts. Think of this like learning the gym equipment before you start lifting. By the end of this video, you'll know how to navigate TradingView, where the important tools are, and how to operate the platform confidently. There's a link in the description that takes you directly to TradingView's site so you can follow along. Let's get into it. TradingView is simply a charting and analysis platform. It's where traders analyze price, mark levels, and plan trades. Almost everything we do in the series, market structure, entries, bias, it all starts right here. And before you ask, no, you don't need a paid plan to follow along. Everything I show in this video works on the free version. Before we touch any tools, let's quickly get familiar with the layout. If you're brand new to TradingView, you'll notice my chart will look a little different. I've customized the colors and view, but I'll soon show you where to go to update yours. So TradingView is broken into three main areas. You've got the top general bar, the left toolbar, and then the chart itself. If you understand these three things, everything else becomes easy. On the top bar, starting on the far left, you'll see the symbol search. This is where you choose what you're trading, for instance ES, NQ, stocks, crypto, whatever market you're focused on. There's also a shortcut to searching symbols by simply typing. It'll pull up the symbol search as well. Just be sure to have all selected, as some tickers may not be associated with certain categories. For instance, when I search up in MNQ, it won't show up under crypto because it's a futures asset, not crypto. Right next to the symbol search are the time frames. This lets you switch the chart between different time frames, like a 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, or daily chart, for example. As you switch time frames, each individual candle shown represents that specific time. So when you select the 5 minute chart, as you can see I was on the daily prior, each candle is 5 minutes from open to close. We'll go over understanding candles more in the coming lessons, just know this is where you control how zoomed in or out price is. Following the time frames is the candle styles. There's plenty to choose from and you're more than welcome to go through them, but for me and most people we'll stick to the basic candles right at the top. The indicators tab is right afterward. It's where traders add things like moving averages, RSI, volume, or other built-in scripts that help analyze quicker. There's a wide range available along with custom-made options by other users, but as for me, I use 0, keep it minimal. Price tells us more than indicators ever will. 2 spots over is where the alerts are located. You can add an alert by selecting this and adjusting where and how the alarm goes off. Another method would be to scroll over on the left side, hitting the plus sign, and then you can add an alert exactly at that price you've selected. Replay mode is up next, which allows you to replay prior bars, enabling you to analyze how price reacted to certain events or backtest your strategy. And then the next two are undo and redo, which do exactly as any other computer function would. If you move the chart, add a drawing, delete an indicator, etc., you can undo or redo that action. Toward the right side of the top bar, you'll run into layout setup, which allows you to load multiple charts at once for easier comparison. Since you would need a paid version, I won't go into this one, just know it's there and you can see multiple time frames or charts on a single trading view. Next to the layout setup is actually how you can save it once you finish customizing how it looks, which is one of the last two I'll be going over, the gear icon for your settings and the camera for capturing chart screenshots. This here would be the settings, and starting from the top you'll have the symbol, which is where you can change how your candles look. You can copy my settings here if you want your chart to look exactly like mine, or you can tune yours. Next is status line, which refers to the top left area on the actual chart. It tells you what ticker you have shown, chart values, etc., and you can change that from here. Below that is scales and lines. Some of these may need change if you want your chart to be similar to mine, for example stacking the scales placement on the left instead of the right. And then right after that is the canvas. It's just your chart's background. I've got a custom background color to suit my candles better. I also have no grid lines as it's more distracting. The following setting is trading. This refers to options like having market buy and sell buttons on screen for easy and quick trading. I have these deselected because my model I always use limit orders with, but we'll go over how to add limit orders later down the line. You can also change the appearance like the execution marks once you enter and exit a trade, labels that tell you what price you got in and out at, which side you want the order to show on, and more. Moving on to the last item on the top bar, this is the take a snapshot. It's basically a screenshot of your chart. This allows you to save, copy, or share your chart right from TradingView. You can download the image to your computer or phone if you have the app. You can copy it or you can share the link as well. When you capture the snapshot, it'll include everything on the chart like your drawings, open positions, orders, and indicators as well. Now that we've covered the main options along the top bar, we'll move on to the left toolbar. This left bar is where most of your analysis tools live. First up is the cursors, where you can change your crosshair. Next is the lines, which most traders are familiar with as they use them daily. You can see the two I have favorited since I use them every time I'm looking for a setup. I won't go through every single option on the toolbar since most are self-explanatory, but I'll show a few tips as I work through them. A couple of things to note: when you're drawing on the chart and can't get a line level, you can use shift to straighten it out. For instance, this trend line. Once you place it, hold shift and it keeps the line straight. Another neat feature before I move on is this magnet tool, which enables snapping. This takes the guesswork out of placing drawings since it's going to pull to the candle's main parts like the open, close, low, or high. If you want to take over the magnet, you can always press and hold control and then drag where you'd like to place it. So for instance, as you can see, it snaps to it. I can place it, hold shift to straighten out the line, but if I don't want this one here, I can go back in and hit control, and now I have free will over this. Following the lines group is the Fibonacci tab. This is where all the Fibonacci retracement, extension, and other Fib analysis tools are located. Just remember what this section is, as I'll have an entire lesson dedicated to how to properly use some of these tools later on. Two spots below the Fibonacci section is the projections. The main ones I use are long and short position to project a future setup, which make it easier to set limit orders. Under the brushes section, I have the rectangle favorited since I use them to label fair value gaps and order blocks, which we'll also get into in a later lesson. The text tab is good for journaling trades straight onto the chart, making notes for later, or sharing ideas. Going further down, you'll have the hide options. This allows you to hide things like drawings or indicators if you want to see purely candles, or to get more of a clear picture with nothing blocking the view. Right after that is the removal options. If your workspace is crowded, you can clear drawings, indicators, or everything at once to have a fresh slate. Unlike the hide, this will actually delete the items. The last tool on the left side is the favorites. This will add an adjustable floating toolbar with all of your favorited drawings to allow quicker access. I mentioned the watch list earlier. To locate that, simply select the top right page icon on the right bar. From there you can view, add, or remove any ticker you would like. Another shortcut is using the spacebar once you add tickers to your watch list, which will cycle the chart to the next favorited ticker you have in your watch list. On the right side of the bottom bar, I would also suggest enabling BADJ. If you didn't know, with futures, contracts roll over every quarter. What this means is in the current time of recording, we're in MNQH, for example. This rolled over from MNQZ. If you want to avoid gaps in price and keep a continuous chart, I would enable this. Now that you're aware and familiar with the surrounding layout of TradingView, I'll jump into how to navigate the actual chart. So you can click and drag the chart left or right to see further in time or back. You can also scroll directly on the chart to zoom in and out of candles if they're too small or too large. The same goes for the price scale. If you scroll or drag along the scale, it will adjust the size of the candles. This is scrolling, or you can drag and drop as well. Just like the price scale, the time scale is right on the bottom. It moves the same as long as you drag and drop or scroll. Quick warning for beginners, I would avoid overloading your chart. Too many indicators, colors, or drawings lead to confusion and pretty bad emotional decisions when trading. So in this series, I focus on clarity and structure. That wraps up Phase 1, Lesson 1. Now that you know how to utilize TradingView, I'll be going over how to read candlesticks in the next lesson, so you actually understand what price is telling you. If you have any issues with your charts or need help with questions, feel free to comment below, or you can join the Summit Discord I've got. I'll link it in the description along with a link to TradingView itself. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the Ascension trading series. We're just getting started. I'll see you in the lesson 2.